Hi, my name is Jane Powell. Welcome to Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. This is a show showcasing community involvement. Today we have a great show. We're taking it a little close to home, and I am interviewing a colleague, Katie Ferrell, our Scholarship Program Officer. Katie, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jane. Thank you for having me.
We have so much to talk about, and what you do at the foundation is so very important to so many. Let's talk scholarships.
I would love to.
All right, you've got big news. Let's kick it off. Tell me about last year.
We have big news. We had another record-breaking year in the scholarship world at TGKVF, and we awarded, drum roll, $1.7 million.
Whoa!
I know!
$1.7 million.
$1 to 590 students statewide. It was a big year. It was a big year.
Katie, that's fabulous.
Yes.
And it's a lot of work.
It is.
But it's worth it.
It is so worth it. And we also had applications from all 55 counties last year, which is
Great.
fantastic. So
Because it is a statewide program.
it is a statewide program. Some people don't realize, they think that we are confined to those 6 counties where our grants program serves, but no, all West Virginia residents are eligible to apply and be awarded.
Okay, so 590 students last year, $1.7 million. How do students get that money? How does that happen?
That's a great question. So last year we transitioned to our online universal application, and that was big and brand new last year. We're using the same format, so it's still a newer process. You might remember that students prior to this, they had to go through our whole catalog of 120 opportunities and select 2, but that is no more.
Right.
Yes.
That was tricky for students.
It could be so tricky. They would have to think about their eligibility and all of that, which now the software does it all for them.
Wonderful.
They fill out one singular application, and the software will use all of the back-end work that we have put in to match that student to as many of the opportunities that they meet that eligibility and criteria for. Some average around 20 opportunities, Jane.
Wow. And when we say opportunities, that means maybe what high school you went to, what major you're studying, what activities you do outside of academics. Is that right?
Yes. So the students will put all of that information into the application. If they went to a particular, as you said, high school, or maybe they were a cheerleader, or maybe they had some high amount of community service, the application, all the information will be run through, and then they are matched with if they were a cheerleader at a certain high school in a certain county. Or we also have some of those bigger open opportunities where it doesn't matter where you go, where you're going to school, or even what you're studying, and they will match with those opportunities all from the same application.
Wow.
I know.
All right. So this application, where it all starts, is found on the foundation's website. Is that right?
Yes. So if you go to the foundation's website, you click that scholarship tab.
And that is TGKVF.org.
Yes, TGKVF.org. And over to the right, you'll see a pretty red sidebar, and from the scholarships tab, and you'll see how to apply. And if you click there, you'll see a great recording of our virtual online information session where we walk through some of the things that you and I are going to talk about today. But the big thing in that recording is our program associate, Emily McCormick, does an entire walkthrough of the application. So you can get a preview of it. We also have a link to a checklist so students can start to gather materials before they even start to apply. And then you'll see our friend Mort at the bottom, who will direct you to a big red button that you click, and you can start the application process there.
So when you see Mort, you know you're on a scholarship webpage, and that he is there to help you and just tell you you're in the right spot.
Yes, we love Mort. He is our mascot, and yes, as you said, if you see him, you know you are on TGKVF Scholarship. You'll see him often in the upper left-hand corner, or we have a variety of resources that we have created as staff and put those in the application and on the website. And usually you'll see more there to tell you just a little bit more information that you might need to be looking out for.
Right. I love that Mort gives everybody a little advice.
He does.
Yeah. So this new system is called Founded, and it makes, now that it is up and running, I should say, it makes life much easier for you and for the students that are applying.
Yes, it is all around just a much better process for everyone. We received a lot of positive feedback last year from students and the adults who helped them alike. Many had helped prior students apply and took the time to send us feedback and let us know how much simpler and more user-friendly this new application is.
Well, and I'll brag on you just a moment, and I know this because of the work you and others have done on this scholarship application. You made 2 national presentations.
We did. Thank you for mentioning that. Our application is so student-centered and so friendly. It was recognized by 2 national conferences, one being the National Scholarship Providers Association. So myself, our grants manager Candace, and our program associate Emily, we traveled to Wichita and Atlanta this past year and presented on our student-friendly application because it was quite noteworthy.
Yeah, kudos to you guys.
Thank you.
That's really something. And I love that it is student-based to make their life easier, because that's the goal.
Yes.
We want them to have the scholarship.
Absolutely. They have enough things to worry about. We want to make our application process as simple as possible for them.
And so we should just say that the application is open. It opened on November 15th, and it will remain open until February 4th at what time?
11:59 p.m.
So it will close right before midnight on February 4th. So folks have quite a bit of time to pull their resources and fill out the application.
Yes.
Then what happens?
So once our students complete that application, and my advice always to students is, you may have until 11:59, but I always encourage students to go ahead and try to submit that about a week before. And then there's also some maybe supplemental essays or maybe a letter of recommendation that students might need to fully complete a submission for a certain opportunity. So, but after February 4th, all of our applications go to our incredible volunteer independent reviewers. They are such a backbone between the application to the award for us. And that review process goes for a couple of months, and then once students are selected, we notify both the students who were awarded and the students who were not awarded for this year. That doesn't mean they can't reapply next year, but we let both of those areas of students know about their application status. And then July is the big month, Jane. July is the month everybody looks forward to, and that is when those dollars go out the door and are sent directly to the students' institutions.
Yeah, so they are sent directly to the school.
Yes.
That the student has indicated they're going to.
Yes.
I know things happen and you can make changes, but directly to the school.
Directly to the school. So we always ask for the student's student ID and that updated information. They'll have a chance if a student has provided certain information to us before February, and like you said, students change their minds, things happen. We'll give them an opportunity to update that information, and then once we have that, we send that check straight to the school.
That's great. You mentioned something earlier I'd like to talk a little bit about, that there may be an essay involved. That probably sounds scary, but it's really important because I think that's where the student can show you who they are.
Yes, I agree 100%. So we shifted a little bit last year, and everybody again gave such great feedback about this process. So we have a couple of opportunities, one being our TGKVF Scholars. That's a really big opportunity. It has that specific essay that a student has to answer, and then the application itself has a general essay, but we've shifted it a little bit, and we've called it a top 10. And we borrowed this idea from another community foundation friends of ours in the Eastern Panhandle. And it gives the students a chance to tell us 10 things about themselves that the application otherwise wouldn't ask.
I love that.
Isn't it great? I saw an acrostic poem last year. I don't get to see every application, but I did get to see that one. I thought, that is so clever. So that gives them a chance to be a little creative, to really, like you said, showcase themselves. Tell us about yourself. And then there's a little less pressure when it comes to things like grammar, punctuation, sentence structure, all of that. We really want the student to shine. And while a reviewer may look at those things like grammar and punctuation, we really are focused on what makes the student the student.
And one other thing we should probably mention about the scholarship application, I often think of scholarships for high school seniors and freshmen, but there are other opportunities.
Yes. So you can be any student, I like to say any age or stage, as long as you
There
are
you go.
attending higher education in the 2026-2027, so next fall and spring academic year, you are eligible to apply. So West Virginia resident, any age or stage, and attending 2-year, 4-year, VOTEC, career, graduate school, you name it, you're eligible to apply.
Yeah, that's great. Katie, you've done this for a couple years now. Do you have a story that you want to share?
Yes, I love to tell students, just give it a try. You know, go ahead. It's worth the time to fill it out. And I always think of a student who called me in tears one day because he wasn't sure if this was a real opportunity. He had gotten his award letter, and I assured him it was real and that he could submit his information. And he said he almost stopped at the essay portion. And he said his friend stopped, but he didn't. And he was like, look, I took a chance, and now here I am with a scholarship. So I always really encourage students just apply.
Right. And if it doesn't work this year, you can apply next year. But if you did get a scholarship last year, there is a renewal process. Is that right?
Yes, and it has shifted a little bit this year. You'll see those instructions on that, again, how to apply page on our website. But it used to be they had to fill out a whole renewal application. Now it's just a simple form in their scholarship portal. It's another very student-friendly thing that we have done for them. And it's just a simple little form that they fill out, and then they'll go through, again, that renewal review process.
But it is still a review. It is not a guarantee.
Correct. Yes, it still has to be reviewed. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important. An
Very.
easier process, but still something that our volunteer committees look at.
Yes, so thankful for those volunteers, our donors, the volunteers, you all who get the message out about the scholarship program. We are so thankful for all of that help, because it's all about the students.
And then for the students that do receive, the freshman or the first year, I should say, students that do receive a scholarship, we have a little party for them.
We do, yes.
We like to celebrate the success, and we have a party in the park, so to speak. And we go and we watch the Dirty Birds play baseball and eat hot dogs and just have a blast, a send-off, so to speak.
Yes, for them to go into their freshman years. It gives the students a chance to connect, especially. And last year we have students come from all across the state, because we award all across the state, and they get to come. We usually play a fun little bingo game, so they get to know one another. They get to talk to us. The donors, our reviewers are all together, and we just like to celebrate them and, again, send them off from award to graduation.
So we should just thank our donors for making it possible,
Yes.
the volunteers that work so hard, and you and your team, Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah, so again, it's Greater Kanawha Valley Scholarships, and they can find those on our website, tgkvf.org. I know they can reach out to you with any questions through your email or good old-fashioned phone call, and you'll get back to them.
Yes.
Because we do want everyone that applies to have a chance.
Yes, so important.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here. This has been the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation Community Connections. Thank you so much.